Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce, for holding this very important event, emphasizing the importance of agriculture to the economy of Iowa. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to have this opportunity to join in putting a focus on agricultural issues. As one of the just a few family farmers in the United States Senate, I know firsthand the impact that federal policies have on the agricultural sector. So I'm pleased to share my thoughts on policy. And obviously, you know, I'm not running for president. The EPA is working hard at a power grab that we expect under the current administration. You know, I've got a pen and a phone, and if Congress won't, I will. You can get almost anything done. The trouble is the Constitution doesn't allow that. One of the EPA regulations is waters of the United States. It's a very big threat to American agriculture. We've been talking about that regulation since it was proposed last April. We still don't understand where EPA's jurisdiction would end regarding waters in this country. In addition, Iowa is a very major exporter of agriculture goods, and maintaining open trade throughout the world is vital to American agriculture. Countries around the world continue to become more creative in non-tariff trade barriers as an excuse to keep our products out. Sanitary and phytosanitary regulations and approval process for biotechnology are two of the ways some countries try to use those non-tariff trade barriers. We must keep our markets open so goods can flow freely around the world. I will now comment, and to greater extent on the other issues, about the importance of biofuel policies. And these are very much under attack by the same Obama administration's Environmental Protection Agency. I've long been a strong supporter of Iowa's ethanol and biodiesel industry and its value to our state. Very valuable to our economy, as you know. Small rural communities that you never would have thought it would have good paying jobs now have benefited from more than 50 ethanol and biofuel facilities. Iowa leads the nation in the production of ethanol with 4 billion gallons annually. In 2005 and again in 2007, the federal government made a commitment to homegrown renewable energy when Congress passed the Renewable Fuel Standard. The Senate passed the greatly expanded Renewable Fuel Standard in 2007 by an overwhelming vote of 86-6. In signing that bill, President Bush stated, quote, we make a major step towards reducing our dependence on oil, confronting global climate change, expanding production of renewable fuels, and giving future generations a nation that is stronger, cleaner, and more secure, end of quote. President Bush, you know, was labeled by his political opponents as, quote, an oil man from Texas. Yet in 2007, this oil man from Texas championed the renewable fuel standard as a way to reduce our oil dependence, clean our air, and increase our economic and national security. And those four things I just mentioned are what's good about ethanol, and a better way to say it is there's nothing negative about ethanol, everything's positive about it, and in the tone of the Campbell Soup commercial, it's good, good, good. Now, biofuel proponents have dispelled the myths and the misinformation campaign that have been launched to discredit ethanol and biodiesel. But once again, even though we've won those battles till now, biofuels are under attack. This one is aimed at the renewable fuel standard and comes from President Obama's EPA. The EPA severe misstep with its proposed renewable volume obligation released in November 2013 has been harmful to biofuel producers, to the Iowa rural economy, and also to our national security and our environment, and those last two are national issues, not just Iowa issues. As always, Iowans have responded to this call for more homegrown renewable energy. But the proposed rule released by the EPA undermines that commitment that farmers have made. This misguided proposal will cost jobs in Iowa and across the country. The RFS was created by Congress to pull biofuels into the market. It was created with the intention to transform our fuel market towards E85 and E30 and E15, limiting the RFS to E10 levels. Existing infrastructure eliminates the incentive to invest for the next generation of biofuels. The EPA proposal rewarded big oil. The EPA essentially decided to put oil producers in charge of the renewable fuel standard, and that's what we're fighting. I'm glad that they EPA decided to scrap the 2013 proposal, which was very detrimental, and begin on a new proposal to set the renewable volume obligation for 2014, 2015, and 2016, all 3 years in one step. Now I hope, but we got to fight to make sure it happens, that they get it done quickly. The industry needs certainty and it needs predictability. We need volume requirements consistent with the law so that the RFS continues to promote investment in advanced biofuels and the infrastructure necessary to get the fuels in the pipeline. Our nation needs federal policies that promote stable, secure energy. We need affordable energy to grow our food and our economy. We need energy sources that enhance our national security, not threaten our national security. And most of all, we need to use the resources God gave us here at home, whether that be domestic oil and gas, nuclear power, or wind and biofuels. Over the past 30 years, our national security and economic well-being has been too dependent on oil imports from tin-horn dictators or from regimes that seek to harm us. The 14 3/10 billion gallons of ethanol produced in the United States last year is more than gasoline produced from crude imported from Saudi Arabia. When you look at the big gurgling mess that we have in the Middle East right now, isn't it more clear than ever? It should be more clear than ever that we should be doing everything and anything possible to wean ourselves from foreign oil. We don't need to put our Navy fleet in harm's way to protect shipping lanes from biofuels out of the Midwest. The same can be said for Midwestern crude from new shale developments here in the United States, and it's also true that crude oil from Canada is better than getting it from Venezuela. We need to work with our ally and partner to the north. We need to approve the Keystone XL pipeline. Our economy then needs what every politician tells you is all of the above energy problem. The problem is we got some people who figure that we ought to be for all of the above and from none of the below. Then we got other people that think we need to be for all from the below, but none from the above. We need it from all places so we can get it, so that we can be dependent. We can't let our foreign policy be dictated by foreign oil dependence. Iowa farmers continue to step up. We continue to provide our nation with safe, clean, affordable domestic energy. That can be for food, fiber, fuel, and whatever else you can do with what we produce. It's time that we had someone in the White House who recognizes the enormous potential of domestic energy. Hopefully, that will be from our team of well-qualified presidential candidates we have right now. And I promise you to continue to fight the principle that I have a pen and a pencil and I can do whatever Congress won't do, because we have a constitutional government. The President of the United States, just like those of us in Congress, take an oath to uphold the Constitution, and none of us can do whatever we think we want to do regardless of what the Constitution says. That's what we're fighting as a principle, and I want to fight that with you. Thank you.